Greetings, everybody. I hope that you're doing well this day. I had to come back on to do another video. I had to come back on to kind of shore up those things that I was speaking of on yesterday. I had to come back on to have this conversation because what I'm seeing is that this conversation don't want to be had. Nobody wants to speak about it publicly. Now, you would call me, you would say something to me, on the phone or or you text me, but nobody really wants to have this conversation. So today I had to come back and redo this particular video because the other one from yesterday was buffering, so I couldn't really get into what I wanted to say. So the title of this program, the title of this particular subject matter is Leave the Kids Alone. Now, some of you may be wondering, why would I say that? Why would this topic be this? What does this have to do with the Freemasons? What does this have to do with the Order of the Eastern Star? How does this connect? So I know you're asking, I know you're wondering, because we usually talk about the Freemasons and the Eastern Star and how they work within the communities and the esoteric. We talk about it all. We don't leave no stone unturned when we have these type of conversations. We do things that most groups, most organizations won't do. We talk about issues that actually deals with society. We talk about, we are involved, we want to know, we want to get a feel, because what's happening is that those organizations who call themselves and want to be part and who want to uphold the standards of how one should live their life, those organizations such as the Masons, Eastern Stars, that call themselves to want to show individuals on how to be an upright man, how a lady should carry herself. So this is how the Masons and Eastern Stars get involved. This is how this comes full circles. You see, within the OES degree work, we talk about those five herrings like nothing else and how beautiful they are and what they represent. Well, if that is true, and I believe it to be true, then those same five herrings, those sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star, should be exhibiting those five herrings amongst their families and friends. That's my opinion only. The same goes for those who are Masons. Your conduct, the way you carry yourself, should be exhibit amongst those who you're around. And therefore, it should affect those in your circle, in your community. Now, some of us don't want to say exactly what's being done or happening in a community because we feel that when we speak out, we are going to be shamed. I don't care about being shamed. I mean, I was bullied in high school. It doesn't get any worse than that. I was bullying. When you are bullied, it gets no worse than that, okay? When you can get through that and you've dealt with people who've tried to bully you in life, and you've dealt with that, it gets no worse than that. So don't even trip talking about, well, I don't want to say nothing because I'm going to make someone feel uncomfortable. That's the problem. You've made your open enemy too comfortable around you. And now they can say and do anything they want to say and do around you, knowing that you are not going to say anything. That's the realness. So when people come around you and they say stuff and totally disrespect you, they'll become too comfortable being in your presence. So when you're in these areas, in these different dinners or whatever it may be, you find yourself. But if people just say anything around you, that means they'll become too comfortable around you. They don't respect you as a person, so they can just say it and they know that there's not going to be anything done to them. So with that being said, today's topic is leave the kids alone. And I'm clearly saying, when I've gone into Target and you see the displays that they have on, and they call it Pride Month. Pride Month. Pride Month. I'm like, come on now, really? You got a person, an individual who looks like a man with a mustache doing this. What is that about? In the kids section of the store, you're aiming a lifestyle at the kids. Now, let's all be honest. Let's have this honest conversation. Now, you and I know that when you go to African American churches, your organist, your director is possibly Just possibly. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying there's a strong possibility that those who are leading your choir may have a alternate lifestyle, period. It's just what it is. And those who are playing the organ may have an alternate lifestyle. I'm just saying that's what it is. Now, some of your teachers may have an alternate lifestyle. And I'm just going to share something with you. When I was coming up and I was in high school, there were several teachers that I knew. Everybody knew who they were. Everybody knew their lifestyle. It was nothing outlandish, but everybody knew. But let me tell you something. The difference is these teachers did not push this on kids. They did not push it on kids. They did not say, hey, they didn't do that. We all knew that. But now it's like out the box. It's really out the box. And what you're having people to prey on kids. Talking about kids can make up their own minds. Kids can't even make up their own mind about what they want to eat unless on somebody saying things to them or touching them. Most kids, I'm saying most, I ain't saying all. I said most kids who end up in this lifestyle has been touched. Period. I'm saying that most kids who end up in that lifestyle has been touched. What I'm talking about. I'm talking about leaving the kids alone. I'm talking about how the ABCLBOTH alphabet community is putting ads and really putting out their agenda in regards to their activities and saying it's okay. It is not okay. Okay. For one thing, it is not okay. Okay. For one thing, kids don't know. They don't know themselves, okay? When you 13, 10, 11, 12, 14, you don't know yourself. You are just beginning to learn about who you really are as a boy, as a girl. You're just learning this. And when somebody's telling you there's another alternative and you're hearing this as a child, they're gonna mess you up. They're gonna mess you up. So we who are males, we who have male masculinity, we who are fathers, I mean, real dads. I ain't talking about somebody who's a dad, but he's over here doing some other stuff with John. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about real dads, real mothers. And when I say real mothers, I'm not talking about mommy is here in the house with dad, but she got a girlfriend over there. I'm talking about real moms and dads. That's all I'm talking about. That's all who I'm talking to. Now, if you feel that this is going to offend you in any way, you have every right to leave the channel, because I'm going in on the ideal and the effects that what is being done in society affects my kids. Okay? My kids. I have to deprogram my kids when they come from school. And when I say deprogram, I'm clearly saying I have to say, okay, so what went on at school today? And let me tell you, there's no such thing as an alternative gender. There's no such thing. That is totally made up. You're either a boy or a girl based upon your DNA. Okay? We're talking DNA. We're talking genetics. We're not talking about how I feel. Because you can feel like a woman all day. It doesn't make you a woman. I can feel like I want to be white all day. It doesn't change the skin tone that I'm in. It doesn't change it at all. So your feelings have nothing to do with what's actually happening and who you really are. It has nothing to do with it. I feel hurt, but I'm not crying. Okay? Well, apparently you feel hurt and you're not crying. There's something. I'm just saying. Now, I'm just really want to understand this thing that I'm beginning to see over and over and over again. It's okay if you're an adult and that's your lifestyle. I'm cool with that. Do your thing. But however, you do not have to do it in such a way and throw it up in my face. If that's your lifestyle, do it. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not mad at who you sleep with, who you love. That's not my intent. My intent is to clearly say, leave the kids alone. Stop putting your agenda on the kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking about anyone from the age of 0 up to 15, 18 years old. Period. Leave these kids alone. And the thing is that when you begin to teach like they're teaching in school today, in regards to this alternate gender, that's come on. And then now you got all gender restrooms. Now I feel like a woman. I want to go into the restroom where these girls are going in to do their thing. But because of how I feel, and today I feel like a woman, I'm going to go in the restroom too. Well, you're waiting on something terrible to happen to one of those kids in there. This is what you're doing. You're setting these kids up. Come on now. And believe it or not, this has probably already happened to where a man who felt like a woman going into the restroom where some other girls are at, and maybe he raped one of them. You know, I'm not saying that this has never happened. I'm just saying society is setting things up for failure for our young people. And you who are parents, you're going to have to take full responsibility of what's being said and taught to your kids. You're going to have to deprogram them. You're going to have to talk to them about these issues. I had to. I was like, no. Hold on. Wait a minute. Back up. What you just say? You feel what? No. Let me tell you about genetics. Okay. A woman with a woman doesn't create nothing. I don't care how much love you may have and what you say you may feel. It creates nothing. A man with another man creates nothing. You get nothing from that relationship. Nothing at all. Oh, but you want to adopt somebody else's child. You want to adopt. No. I'm not saying you won't make a good role model as far as telling that person, hey, you know what, you're a guy. No. I'm just expressing my personal opinion. And some of you may feel a certain way, and that's cool. But I'm gonna tell you this: we all got one in our family. I know I got one in my family. We all got one. Do I agree with his lifestyle? No. Is he fun to be around? Yes. Do we conversate? Yes. Does he push this off on anybody else? No. And I can respect that. But what I can't respect is those who's so flamed with it, they're in your face with it, and they're daring you to say something. Like if I'm not going to say no, I'm going to speak up. No, I don't like that lifestyle. I don't agree to it. I don't like it. You know, and whatever you do is your business, but don't put that off on me. And I'm not saying and being here saying I'm Mr. All in All. I'm speaking specifically for kids. Okay, how would you like for kids to watch porn every day? How would you like that? How would you like for your 14, your 10, your 13-year-old just bombard them with porn every day? Do you think that's okay? That's how I feel. No, it's not okay. They're not ready for that. Allow them to grow up. Allow them to be kids. Play with dolls and play with Tonka trucks and go out and play in the grass and allow them to be kids. Skateboard, ice, whatever. Allow the kids to be kids. And when that time comes in their life and they're discovering who they are, be it male or female, and they get these like emotions that are going on in their bodies, that's the time for the parent to step in and talk to them about what's happening with them. We've all been kids once. We've all been kids. You know? So what that brother say? Cartoon Network push that shit hard. They do. They do. This is why it's important for you to pay attention to what your kids are watching. We can't just set kids in front of the TV no more. Now, when I was coming up and I was a parent, you can pretty much, hey, go in there and watch TV. You knew the shows on TV. Okay, you knew the shows on television. Okay, and you there was a wholesome shows. These cartoons these days, man, these cartoons these days ain't nothing funny about them. Nothing funny about these cartoons at all. You have to go in and see what cartoons they're watching and see what they're saying. because they are pushing an agenda on our kids like if this is okay. It is not okay. It's nature. I'm talking about nature. I'm talking about the natural act of a man loving a woman and a woman loving a man. Nature. This is me. This is me. And now for the sisters of the order, you who represent five beautiful parents and how they are portrayed in their life, you who are aunties and you are Eastern Stars and your mothers, you are Eastern Stars, you need to employ this into your daughters. This is what you need to teach your, don't hide the order from your daughters. Teach your daughters about the organization you're in and what it represents and who you represent and how you're supposed to carry yourself. The same goes for the brothers. If you're an uncle or something and you're a Mason and you're a dad, you're a Mason, teach that young man about what it is to be a Mason. Teach him about Freemasonry. They're learning about the gangs on the streets at 12 and 13. Why not teach them about what it is to be a Mason at 13 and 15? Yes, I know. There are organizations within the Masonic family that have youth, that has a youth program, and that's great. But for those who don't, you individuals who have nephews, you need to teach them. You need to grab them. You individuals who have sons, you need to teach them. You need to grab them and say, this is the organization I'm about. This is what we do. This is how we're supposed to act and carry ourselves. It's about being a man. This organization helps you to better along yourself in your growth and activity and as you progress through this life. This is the thing we need to be able to pass on, and teaching them the ways of life and the things they're going to deal with in life. In life, they're going to have wake-up calls. You need to teach them about those wake-up calls they're going to get. Because right now, some of your kids are so sheltered. So when they run across someone who hits them in the face with a slur or something like that, they won't be so hurt easily. Oh, my feelings. Oh my God. No, you don't need that. Okay? You don't need that. We need to be able to give to our kids what we had. I'm not saying give them all of the glitz and glory. I'm saying give them what you had. If you had a mother and father in the house, okay, when you grew up, give your kids that. When you saying, well, Brother Hawks, no. Well, if you can't teach them about it. Teach them about that life. What it is to be a mother and a father. What it is to be a mother. Teach them about that life. A woman teaches a young girl how to be a woman and how to carry herself in such a way to when she meets a man, she understands this is how I carry myself. And a man should be able to teach a young man how to be and become a man in such a way to when he's dating a young lady, he should know I'm not just going to try to run up in her. I'm going to show her respect and dignity accordingly. Now, if you're going to go on a date and you're going to be dealing with someone, you're already half naked. He already thinking, I'm going to run up in there tonight anyway. But what I'm saying is getting back on my topic and leaving the kids alone. This is where we come into play. This is where we step in. When I have my large brothers and they bring their kids around or their grandkids around, I want them to see what a man looks like, how a man dresses and carry himself. Okay? Open the door for the young lady. Don't no boy come up to my house tooting this horn and my daughter going to tell me, I'll see y'all later. No, you're going to come in the house. When you come up and you want to see my daughter, you need to come in the house. I need to see you. Okay? I need to see you. Knock on that door. Is such and such home? Yes, she is. Who are you? Well, I'm her date for the night. Okay, she told me about it. Now let's have this conversation. I expect this. Period. That's what a dad does. That's what an uncle does. That's what a man in a child life does. And the same thing goes for the young man. Oh, you're going to pick up who tonight? Well, when you get there, you knock on the door. You speak to the head of house, be it her mother or her father. You let them know that you're going to have that daughter back home at a certain time with all due respect. You're going to get their phone numbers and call them just in case something happens and you're running late. This is what you're going to do. And you're going to give them my phone number so we can have this communications. Okay? You're not just going to run rapid. No, no. This is what we come into play at. Too many times we allow the TV and other people to raise our kids. And then we wonder what's wrong with them. Why they doing these things? Because we have stepped out of line. We have pulled back. Oh, yes. See, kids, they're going to call 911 on you. When you go ahead. Come on, some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You tell your mother or your father, if you was born in the 70s, the 60s, and early 80s, and maybe even the 90s, you come, you're going to do what? Go ahead, you make that call. Now, when they get here, as I said yesterday, when they get here, you might as well go with them because you will not be staying here. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not never. You calling the law on me, and I'm your daddy or your mother. I put a roof over your head, food for you to eat, clothes for you to wear. You have your own room, your own television, your own cell phone, and you calling the who on me? Oh, no, it ain't going down that way. Too many times we say, oh, don't call. No. Don't do that. No, you do that. If you're grown enough to make that decision, because, see, society has told them, oh, this is abuse. This is abuse. Some of our parents will be in jail right now for using the extension cord, for using the switch, for using the belt, for using the race car track. Some of our parents will be in jail right now, and you know it as well as I do. Cyborg Security, thank you very much. I appreciate the love, brother. I really do. Thank you. I appreciate showing me that. I really do. You know, some of our parents right now be in jail. I know mine would be. Oh, for sure. You know, because I wasn't where I was supposed to be, and I told her, "Oh yeah, I got the thing. Go get my switch." And you bring back this little branch, and she go get the goddamn lamb. Now I told you don't do. And they talking to you as they'll discipline you. And after they get done discipline you, then they're gonna say, "Well, baby, you know I love you, but I told you." See, too many times, parents today don't allow someone else to correct their child when you know your child is in the wrong. Your child in the store is stealing. Hey, don't steal that. Why are you talking to my child that way? Well, he's stealing. If I don't stop him and correct him, when the police catches him, it may not be this way. Okay? So it's okay for someone else to legitimately say something to your kid if it's in the right. If it's in the right. Okay? I'm not saying that they should be brutal to your kids or say something out of line. I'm saying if they're stopping your kid from stealing and correct their behavior, it's okay. I've allowed people to correct my son and my daughter's behavior. Period. Hey, son, you shouldn't do that. And I look around, what are you doing? Well, I wanted some candy, but you didn't ask me. You're taking the candy and putting it in my bag or put it in your pocket don't work. No. You know, it bothers me that it bothers me that we see things that are happening and we're not saying anything about it. When I say we are not saying anything about it, I'm saying society has just accepted everything. There is some things that should be off limits. I mean, some kids should be off limits. Okay? Allow the parent to be the parent. And if the parent is caught neglecting the kid, abusing the kid, putting bruises on the kid, breaking their arms or leg, hell yeah, you go to jail. You go to jail. I don't have no crumbs about it. When you have abused your kids, you need to go to jail. And if you decide to put the kid in a foster home, there's supposed to be certain parameters and certain guidelines for that that caretaker when they have that kid in that home. You know, too many times they snatch the kids out of the home, put them in a place where they're getting really beat up, really abused. where you took them out of a loving home, an environment that disciplined them, and put them in an abusive environment because you thought that the kid said, well, you know what, I get beat every day. Well, what is a beating? No, no, mm-mm. I'm just encouraging you to be the best father, to be the best parent to your kids. And make your statement, put it out there, leave the kids alone. You know, and pretty soon they're gonna have a P on the end of those alphabets. A pedophile it's gonna be okay because everything else is okay. So next, I mark my word. In the next few years, they may be doing it now. In the next couple of years, it's gonna be okay to be a pedophile and do things to kids. Well, he consented. Hell, he 10 years old. He 14, she 18. 18, well, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Come on, these kids are too young, man. United States of America, Biden administration is way out of line. Look, I don't care if it was Biden, Obama, Trump, Clinton, the Bushes, the Reagans, the Carters, the Fords, the Nixon, all of them were out of line. Okay, all of them. This thing has been gradually happening for every administration. Okay, it's been a gradual thing. I give Trump some kudos on his stance. I'll give them that. But this thing has been happening. It's been a gradual process. It's been a gradual process. And hear me clearly. I'm not saying because that's your lifestyle, people should treat you with respect. I think everyone should be treated with dignity and respect. I honestly believe that. And just because that's your lifestyle, that has nothing to do with the way you should be treated. But when you want that lifestyle to be portrayed in such a way as being normal, I have a different one. I don't think that's normal. No, as a matter of fact, it's not what I don't think is normal. It is not normal. It's not. The Catholic Church has been doing it for a long time. It's a fact. It's a fact that we know the Catholic Church, the priests, or the whatever you want, the fathers, we know now that they've been messing with them boys for a long time. And the boys have been traumatized. Although they have been sued, and some are still in litigation, whatever that case may be, we know the church has not done their part. We send the kids off to church thinking they will be safe, and they're being molested. The same thing happens in Black congregations. Let's not think that it doesn't happen there. It happens there, and nobody says anything. It happens in families, and nobody says anything. It's time out for being quiet because you're traumatizing these kids. And these kids will grow up and they're going to traumatize somebody else. All I'm saying is allow kids to be kids. Allow them to grow up and to play and to be happy and to go out and be on the swings and merry-go-rounds and jump and whatever. Whatever kids do, because they're not doing what I was doing when I was a kid. If they got to play games, let them be kids. Stop putting all of this in their face and really just hypnotizing them in such a way to make them think that this is okay. It is not okay. It's not. And we who are parents need to tell our kids that type of lifestyle isn't okay. It's not. It's not okay. I don't care what you say, Magic Johnson and his kids. I'm not saying don't love them. Never said that. I'm saying the lifestyle isn't okay. It's not. Dwayne Wade, the lifestyle isn't okay. It's not. Well, he made up his own mind. But he don't smoke. You're not telling him. You tell him smoking is bad. We tell all that smoking is not good for your health. That shit ain't good for your health. This is not good for your health. This is not good for your psyche. You know? Nobody has to accept that type of lifestyle. I'm sorry to accept that lifestyle that can create a life, man and woman. Absolutely. You know, I mean, as I've said, I'm going to say it clearly here today. You know, I don't like the lifestyle. I don't agree with the lifestyle. It is not saying that I hate you or anything like that. I just don't like the lifestyle, and I don't like them putting it in the kids, doing it to the kids, telling the kids it's okay. I think a parent needs to be the one to share that type of information with their kids. They need to be the one to talk to their kids instead of the school doing it. They need to do it. We're giving everything to the school. We want the school to be a psychology. We want the kid to analyze, the school to analyze our kids. We want the school to police our kids. We want the school to do all that. What responsibility do you as a parent do or have? You're giving it all away. Do not give the responsibility of the school to raise your kids. It's bad enough we let them educate the kids. And then, like I said, when mine come home, I got to deprogram them. I got to tell them what it is to be legitimately who they are. Not what you feel. Well, I feel. No, no, no. You know, and women and sisters, when you see your little son putting on your heels, oh, that's so cute. That is not cute. It is not cute for you to see your kids, your boy, your little boy putting on your shoes. Oh, he's just putting on my stockings. That ain't cute. It is not cute. Stop it right there. No, 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 that ain't cute. It is not cute for you to say that's okay. Well, you put on my dress. No, it is not cute. This is why it's important to have a man in your life, a man, a husband. This is why it's important. Because then he can talk to that child and say, look, you're a young boy. That's not what young boys do. Talk to him. You don't have to be screaming at him, but talk to him. Son, come here, let me talk to you. You know, I know you had your mom's shoes on, and don't do that. That's not what boys do. No. Mm-mm. But dad, no, there's no but in it. Boys do not do that. You are a young boy. You know, you 10 years old. No, boys don't. No. But you what? I feel, what do you feel? Let me hear this out. And you need to be able to talk to your young son and hear him out to see that you may be able to get him some help. I'm just saying, we have to be parents to our kids, not necessarily their friends all the time. You know, that's the truth. I know a mother at my daughter's school pushes her daughter to be that way because she married a woman. Poor child comes to school crying, not she's feeling her mom. No, no. Mm-mm. Oh, you got two mommies. Yeah, if your ex is married to somebody else, you know, your ex-husband has married now. So yeah, that's your stepmom. You know, your mother has married someone else now. Yeah, that's your stepfather. Get it. And even then, I don't trust them because that's not their kid. So listen to your child. If he comes and tells you that John touched him, you need to find out what's really going on. If she comes to you and tell you that Billy touched her, you need to find out what's going on. Too many times we allow our open enemy to come right next and sit right next to us and lull us to sleep like everything is okay. It is not okay. It is not okay for our kids to be exposed to this type of lifestyle. It is totally out of order. It is out of order. You can't tell me anything else about nature. When you see nature, you see order. Okay? When you look at nature, you see order. There's order in nature. But when you're dealing with the human species, we are all out of order. And we're supposed to be one of the most highest functioning creatures on this planet. But we way out of order. Way out of order. If nature is telling you this is how you create, and then you don't procreate, you don't create, that's out of order. That's out of order. So what we have done and what we've allowed to happen is things to be out of order. We no longer want anyone in our circle to talk to our kids and tell them what's right and what's wrong. And I'm gonna say this, and I use myself as an example. When my kids was definitely smaller, the people I hung around had kids too. Okay, hear me clearly. When my kids was younger, the people I hung around and dealt with had kids too. That's right. So our kids played together and they grew up together. Today, I don't know if that's happening because some of the moms still want to hang out at the club, so they take them over to John John's house and they leave them. And you don't know what John John is doing to your daughter or your son. You take them over to Mary Beth's house and say, I need you to watch. You don't know what she's doing to your kids. You don't know. That's why it's important for you. You made the baby, you need to raise the baby. If you in your 20s and you got a kid, look, when that kid turned 20, you'll be 43, 40, whatever. You can still enjoy your life because now that kid needs all of your attention for the next 18 years. Easy. Needs all of your attention. Okay? He needs you or she needs you to be there for them through heartbreaks. He hurt my heart. He broke my heart. Mom, she hurt my heart. What? They need you there. This is the importance of why you need two parents in a family. This is why it's important that in the Order of the Eastern Star and Freemasons, you need to be able to show the example. This is why it's important. I'll tell you, I have a large brother. He lives in LA. He has a very beautiful family. He does. And I was over to his home yesterday. Had a chance to meet his son. And he brought his son to the meeting. I said, bring your son down here. He needs to see this. He's on his game. Bring him down. No, bring him down here. You know, I want him to see what his dad is involved with. Okay? He needs to see that. He needs to see his dad, how his dad treats other young ladies. He needs to see that. So then he'll understand how to duplicate that. Because you know, if you tell your son, women, I'm talking to the sisters now. If you tell you just like your dad, you'll never be nothing, you ain't about nothing. You know, when the kid grows up to be nothing, that's because that's what you put into that kid. You've already told him or her that they ain't nothing. The same thing goes for the dad. Telling his daughter, you ain't about shit. You just like your mama. You just a bitch. Now she grows up, she's on the streets. Why? You put that in them. No. Oh, that's so cute. It ain't cute. When your kid hits you, when you're talking, they hitting you and all that stuff, yo, no, stop. No, that ain't cute. Kids need discipline and order in their life. And everything right now is out of order. Hear me clearly. Kids need discipline and order in their life. And right now, everything is out of order. I had a brother that hit me up. He said, brother, I really like what you said. I said, well, why don't you come on, let's do this show together. No, I can't do that. But you like what I said. What you said is true. I like what you said. You brother, you're on point. I like that. Well, let's do a show together. Let's do a Zoom and put it on. Let's me and you have this coming. No, that's okay. That's all right. Oh, you scared. Oh, you scared. Look, one thing in this life I've learned, that's the Great Equalizer. The Great Equalizer, death is going to come for us all. And if I ain't scared of dying, I shouldn't be scared of nobody else. What? If you're not scared of dying, then what you scared of? Because death is going to come. It's going to come. It's going to snap you right out of it. It's going to pick you right, take you right on where you need to go. It's coming. But you're scared. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm listening. I need for real soldiers to stand up and be soldiers. I need real men to stand up and show the masculinity of what it is to be a man. I'm not saying put your hand on people and I mean, I just need for men to be men. If you're a provider, Men. Okay. Oh no, brother, you women can be provided too. I tell you what, to those females who feel like they can do everything a man can do, let somebody break into your home. I'm gonna stay in bed. You go see who's downstairs. I'm gonna stay here. No, no, we equal, right? We equal. Everything being equal. I'm gonna stay here. You go check and see who's downstairs since you heard somebody downstairs. See, a man protects his home. He protects that which he loves. He gives his life for it. See, and that's the thing. Women, real women understand that. Real men understand that. There's a difference between men and women. We're not equal. We're not the same. We're not. There are double standards for men and there are double standards for women, period. And it's just that way because we're not equal. I can't have a baby and a woman can have one. She can push out 11, 12 in a month and everything will come right back into place. I can't stand that type of pain. And I'm a man. That type of pain, only a woman can deal with that type of pain. I don't care. You can go have breast implant. You can go in and you can go make yourself a coochie. You would never experience a real woman. Period. That's a fact. You need to leave the kids alone and allow the parents to raise the kids, show them order, because right now things are out of order. It's out of order. And we have allowed it to get out of order. We allowed it. Nobody but the parents. The parents allowed this to happen. We allowed it to happen as a society. That type of lifestyle belongs to those who live that lifestyle. But don't bring my kid into it. Don't teach that to my kids. I teach my kids to respect everybody. Whatever your lifestyle is, respect that. But don't teach my kids that lifestyle. Don't do that. It is not right. That lifestyle doesn't produce anything. If it did, then it would be normal. It is not normal. It is not normal for a man to go into another man. That is not normal. Period. It is not normal for a woman to try to go into another. She can't go into her. She can't enter into her. She can't. There's no way possible. That's why they have to strap on. It's true. This is fact. This ain't something I'm talking about that nobody knows. This is a war that men and women have to fight together. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, they always, when I say they, I'm speaking of a system that is in place that always distracts the true essence of men and women. Masculine men, feminine women. There's a system that distracts you, keeps you at odds, because now they're saying you should be equal with men. I disagree with that. I don't think a woman should go to war, because when she gets captured, it's over. You already know what they do to men when they capture men. Imagine when a woman is captured, what they're going to do to her. Imagine that. Now, there are some women out there, they really go hard. I mean, shit, hell yeah, we can go down and fight it. But that doesn't mean I have to put you in harm's way to prove it. That's all I'm saying. There's just a place for women and there's a place for men. And what we're doing, we've blurred the lines so much to nobody knows their role anymore. It's like being on the basketball court. There's a role for the point guard. There's a role for the power forward or off guard or whatever position you may be playing. There's a role for the center. There's roles. And right now, the lines are so blurred, we don't even know our own roles. We don't. We don't know them. So look, man, I've been going at this thing, and I just want that. I'm emotional about it because I see that we've allowed things to get out of order. Is and our kids need us. They need feminine energy. They need male energy, masculinity. They need to see that. They need us to step up to show them what it truly is and what it is like to be a woman and a man. They need that. And they're only going to get it from their parents. They're only going to get it from their mom or their dad. That's where they're going to get it from. That's why it's important, even if you are divorced, even if you break up, for the kids' sake, for the kids' sakes, teach them. Don't hold your kids as a proxy because he don't want to be with you or she don't want to be with you. So I'm not going to let him see the kids. No, you're hurting the kids. And when the kids grow up, they're going to resent your ass. And now you're going to be hurt. Why you resent me? I tried all I can. No, you wouldn't let me see my dad. You took my dad away from me. Well, he was no good anyway. No. You took him. You wouldn't let him see me. And the same thing goes for the woman. I mean, the man. When you have custody of your son or your daughters, the same thing goes for you too. The kids need us to show them what it is to grow up and how to grow up and how to be productive in life. We've become too comfortable with our open enemy. And they say things to us, disrespect us, and we don't say anything back. It's okay. It is not okay. It's on you. It's on me. It is not okay. So look, I have to go. I got some other stuff I got to take care of today. I'm going to delete the last video I did, the same name, the same title, because it was a lot of buffering in it. And look, I'm only speaking with passion. You know, somebody said, well, damn, he sounds angry. No, it's passion. This is passion. I'm clearly saying that the kids needs to be kids. You know, I'm going to end with this. Being a kid during my time in era, you know, G.I. Joe, you know, and Tonka trucks and outside playing racing cars and pushing somebody in a doom buggy or whatever. And, you know, I'm in the country. I'm in Mississippi. So we used to have these big tractor tires, and you get inside the tractor tire and we'll roll your ass right on down the street, and you'll be rolling and pray to God a car isn't coming. I mean, that's being a kid. It was dangerous, but it was being a kid, you know. I mean, Evel Knievel was the stunt guy, you know. So I want to be Evel Knievel. So I build a ramp and take my little bicycle, my twin. I had a swing, or I think it's a swing. So supposed to be the best bikes, and then the BMXs came along later. But man, get on that bike and hit that ramp, and you go up, and you like Evel Knievel on that thing. That was my childhood. I was allowed to be a kid. And when you was when that type of lifestyle was around you, your parents be like, no, come on, baby, no, no. They knew. They protected you. We need to do the same. We need to protect our kids because things have gotten out of order. And this thing that we call the Masons and Eastern Stars, this is your time to shine. This is your time to show young girls what it's like to be a lady. My brothers, this is your time to show youth what it is to become men. This is your time to shine. So if you have a youth in your area, in your community, around you, be the example of what it is to be a man. Show them how to dress with a nice suit and tie on, your pants pulled up, with a belt, with nice shoes on. You know, to the sister, show the young lady what it is. If you got a body and you know you got a body, that's okay. Everything don't have to be all tight fitting. It can be fitting. It just doesn't have to be all tight fitting. You know what I mean? So look, with that being said, as always, I hope that you get something from this. I enjoy coming and fellowshipping with you. I really, really do. So until next time, until we have this conversation next time, look, remember this. I'm not your study guy, but I'm here to help you study. Whatever you do, wherever you go, keep your light on, Stay out the bushes. Be the example. Please be the example. The Grand Lodge of Tennessee expelled a minister in their Grand Lodge for marrying and promoting. Yeah, yeah, I'd have did it too. No, you don't promote that here. That's not this organization. I can't speak for other jurisdictions. Not here. Not here. So look, I'm gonna go. I appreciate you coming in and having this opportunity with me. And till next time, peace and be well. I'm out.